Any doubts from last class? Everything clear? Yes? Anyone having any doubts? There? No? Okay. We'll continue from where we have stopped. We were there in Jainism, Buddhism. Ashtangika Marg we have completed, correct? Yesterday's class we have completed this Ashtangika Marg, eightfold path, 8 values, where Buddha says that if these 8 Ashtangika Marg means 8 follows, or they have given 8 paths are there, values are there. If a person is following this eightfold path, then the desire will be not there, suffering will be not there. Understood? It was according to Buddha. Next is, he says that Ashtangika Marg must be followed in path of Madhya Marg. Means what? Okay, one minute. Means what? Example, he says that don't eat too much that your stomach will start paining, nor eat too less that you will die of hunger, but eat medium what is necessary for the stomach. Understanding? Don't be poor that you don't have money only. Don't be very rich that you have more money so you don't know what to do out of it. But lead a middle class life. It is according to Buddha. Ashtangika Marg to be followed in path of Madhya Marg. He rejected the concept of Atman, soul, which was the only concept in Jainism. He rejected that, and he emphasized on guna, character of a person, and Brahman, body, which is important for survival. So Buddha said that body is important for survival. Give rest to your body. Eat when you feel like eating. Do not think that you will gain weight, etc. He said that if you are full, stop eating. Understanding? And he said that if you want rest, if you want to sleep, not only in the night, anytime, sleep, because body, Brahman, according to Buddhism, is important for survival. If this is not there, where this will go? Understanding? So body is important for survival. So this point or this concept in Buddhism is opposite to Jainism. So they gave importance to Brahman, that is body. He encouraged his followers to practice trade and agriculture also to improve the status of life. So whoever is poor have to come to middle class. So they have to improve the status of life. So he told practice trade, practice agriculture. No restrictions on that. Buddha did not believe in God. So Buddha did not believe in God. He said that early Vedic people and later Vedic people, they have brought the concept of God. There is no God-like thing in India. So whenever anyone used to ask him any question related to God, he would be silent. He would choose not to answer to the question. Understood? Buddha gave moral code of conduct called silas to his followers. So yesterday's class, Jainism, we have seen their rules were called as angas, 12 angas were there. So your code of conduct or rules for Buddhism, they are called as silas, S-I-L-A-S, for his followers. According to Buddha, karma is everything in man's life. So he believed that whatever you do, good, bad, will come back to you in some or the other way, later or now, will come back to every person. So Buddha believed in karma. On request of Ananda his student, we have seen Ananda, Upali, 5 students were there. So Ananda his student requested Buddha to allow women in Sangha. So on request of Ananda, women were allowed in Sangha. Prior to this, they were not allowed. First woman to enter into Sangha was Gautami, his auntie, Buddha's auntie. Buddha says one more concept. He says that to err is human, make peace with one's own past. Means what? Human is born to make mistakes. Human is born to make mistakes. Make peace with one's own past means do not sit thinking about that. Leave that in a happy way and move forward, think of the future. That is the meaning of the sentence. To err is human, make peace with one's own past. Human is born to make mistake. You are human, you will make mistake. Learn from that in a good way, leave that and move in front. Understood? Next, Buddha gave cardinal virtues. So he gave some cardinal virtues, means everyone must follow those. Virtues means those are a kind of way of life that you should be there. The character, virtues means it should be there in your character. First, Maitri means love everyone. Human, animal, anyone. You have to love all. Karuna, compassion towards all. So have some compassion towards all. If the person is sad, you also do not laugh in front of him. That is the compassion. Understanding? Mudita, joy over others' success. Understanding? Joy over others' success. If your friend is getting government job this year, you have not got, you have missed by 1 mark or 2 marks this year. So do not feel sad and do not say something bad about your friend because he has got. Understood? So Mudita, joy over others' success. Upeksha, inner peace. You have to get inner peace. Means self-thoughts must be peaceful thoughts. Whatever you are thinking, self-thought, you are talking to yourself, yes or no? So that thoughts must be in peaceful mood. They were good, they must be good thoughts. Upeksha. Understood? Any doubts? Next, texts of Buddhism. Important texts written just after Buddha's death. First is called as Sutta Pitaka. Name of a book. Teachings of Buddha are there in Sutta Pitaka. Whatever he has taught, all of that is written in Sutta Pitaka. It was written by his disciple Ananda. Ananda has written this Sutta Pitaka. Second is Vinaya Pitaka, rules for Sangha. The silas, they are mentioned here, written by Upali, another student Upali. Later, there was one more Pitaka, means book, written Abhidhamma Pitaka. It is life history of Buddha. When was Buddha born? Where did he go? All that story which we have seen yesterday. It is there in Abhidhamma Pitaka. It is written later by a monk called as Mogaliputta Tissa. He has written this. All together, these 3 books together are called as 3 Pitakas, 3 baskets of knowledge. Understood? Any doubts? Anyone? Clear? Yes? Done? Where is that today? Okay, you went there, okay. Okay, now Buddhist councils. While studying the kings, we have seen that Buddhist councils were there. So first Buddhist council, so this table is there. First, second, third, fourth, 4 Buddhist councils were conducted or were there in our history. Year is there, place, who was the king who organized that, who was the president of the council, and what event held in that council. That is important. Questions are asked many times. First council in the year 483 BC. We have already seen this, 483 BC. Who was the king? Yes. First king. Okay. Place at Rajgir, capital of Magadha. King was Ajatasattu. He convened the first Buddhist council. President, there was a monk called as Mahakashyapa. He was the president of this council. And event Sutta Pitaka and Vinaya Pitaka, 2 books were created by Ananda and Upali. Understood? First council. Second council, 383 BC, 100 years later, at Vaishali. Again, it was the capital of Magadha when Kalasuka was the king. So Kalasuka was the king here. President was a monk named as Sabakami. Here event was Vinaya Pitaka was altered and quarrel occurred. What was that quarrel? We will see in detail. Third is 250 BC at Patliputra. King was Ashoka. Mauryan Empire has started 250 BC. Mogaliputta Tissa was the monk who has written Abhidhamma Pitaka. So he has written Abhidhamma Pitaka and 3 Pitakas were named. 3 Pitakas were grouped. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Next, Fourth and last council 72 AD. BC was over, they have entered in AD. Kundalavana in Kashmir. Kanishka is the king. Vasumitra and Ashwagosha too are the presidents, and your split occurs in Buddhism. How Jainism split occurred? Because of quarrel between two monks. Here also split occurs. Understood? Now, first council was a great success. Ajatasattu, powerful king. So he was the entire state was more towards Buddhism. So it was a very great success. Second council, there was a quarrel. Who was there in second council? Kalasoka was there. So why the quarrel was there? Okay. Monks who demanded alteration of Vinaya Pitaka. Vinaya Pitaka was altered, we have seen this. So monks who demanded the alteration of Vinaya Pitaka were called as Mahasangikas or Easterners. Monks who wanted old Vinaya, original Vinaya Pitaka, the rules, original rules, they were called as Thera or Westerners. Now, because of the quarrel that these were quarreling, the Thera or the Westerners were quarreling that old Vinaya must be only practiced, no alteration allowed. This is the Vinaya which was given by Buddha. So it is not been allowed to change. And these Easterners or Mahasangikas, they believed that according to development of society, we have to change the rules. So they were both quarreling, and the Theras, the Westerners who were there, they were expelled from the council. The king ordered them to leave the council, and they were called as Old School of Buddhism. One more term is there. They were called as Old School of Buddhism or Theravada. They were also called as Theravada, Old School of Buddhism. Third council, it was again great success, grand success under King Ashoka. He was again powerful king. So very great success. Fourth council, now this is important. Fourth council, with efforts of Kanishka, the king, Mahavibhashya was created, which was new rules for the Sangha. Mahavibhashya, a new book, now which is altogether the silas are not there. He changed everything. A new book is there called as Mahasangika, where new rules are written for all the people, for all the Sangha, members of Sangha. Understood? Next, Kanishka declared Buddha as God in this council. Buddha, the person who said that there is no God, did not believe in God. So the king now Kanishka has declared Buddha to be God. Understood? The Theras, Westerners, Old School of Buddhism, Theras under leadership of Ashwagosha, the monk Ashwagosha, walked off from the fourth council, creating split in Buddhism. So Buddhism got divided into two. First was called as Mahayana Buddhism. This group, they believed Buddha as God. So this group was, who was there? Vasumitra, another monk who was there. We have seen in the fourth council, two presidents were there, Ashwagosha and Vasumitra. So Vasumitra and King Kanishka, who declared Buddha to be God, they were from Mahayana Buddhism. So they believed Buddha as God. They believed in rebirth of Buddha. Now Buddha had attained moksha, but they said no, Buddha is having rebirth. Understood? So they believed in rebirth of Buddha and introduced 24 avatars of Buddha. They said that 23 are over in past, and 24th avatar called as Maitreyi is yet to come, called as future Buddha. They say that 24th is not yet born, will born in our future, not yet born now also. Understanding? Now they wore red robes. So the Buddhist people who wear red color robes, that dark maroon color you might have seen, so those are the Mahayana Buddhists. Introduced concept of Bodhisattvas. So they introduced a term called as Bodhisattvas. These were teachers who spread Buddhism, belonging to Mahayana Buddhism. Important Bodhisattvas, 4 are there: Padmapani, Vajrapani, Manjushri and Avalokiteshvara. So there are 4 important Bodhisattvas. Understood? Any doubts still here? Next, Hinayana Buddhism. It was the same. They believed Buddha to be leader, as they were believing when Buddha was alive also. So they said Buddha is our leader, rejected idea of rebirth because Buddha had attained moksha, will never be born again. They wore yellow robes. So Buddhist people who wear yellow color robes today also, they are from Hinayana Buddhism. Today everywhere in the world we have Mahayana Buddhism. Hinayana Buddhism are there only in country of Sri Lanka. Understanding? Sri Lanka. They introduced Shravakas, means teachers who spread Hinayana Buddhism. First Shravaka was Gautam Buddha. First one. Understood? So he was spreading the Hinayana Buddhism only. Understood? Any doubts till here? Any doubts in teachings of Buddha? Any doubts in councils and split? How the split occurred? Clear? Yes. Those are not Tibetans. They live in the place called Tibet. Understood? So they belong. Yes, they are Mahayana Buddhism. Buddhist people in North India, Himachal Pradesh, all the Tibet people, they are Mahayana Buddhism. Hinayana Buddhism we find only in Sri Lanka today. They are nowhere else. Only in Sri Lanka they are there. Yes. Any doubts? Clear? Okay. Last part of Buddhism, mudras, important mudras of Buddhism. Mudras means hand gestures. Hand gestures are called as mudra. First mudra is called as Abhay Mudra. It is done when there is fearlessness or protection. Means Buddha does this when he wants to tell the people that you are safe, you are protected here. Do not fear. Fearlessness. So this hand you can see. Do this mudra, everyone. See there. See here. This also there, and two hands are there. So this is Abhay Mudra. Understood? Abhay Mudra. Next, Dhyan Mudra, meditation. You can see meditation. Next, meditation. One hand below like this, one hand above like this. Meditation. Understood? Next, Bhumi Sparsh Mudra. Symbolize I surrender all my negativities to Mother Earth. See here, one hand is touched to the ground. You can see, and another hand in meditation posture. Understood? While meditating, if Buddha gets any negative thoughts, he wants to leave them. So then this mudra, Bhumi Sparsh Mudra, so that all the negative thoughts must go into the earth. Understood? Bhumi Sparsh Mudra. Vitarka Mudra. See? Vitarka Mudra. Symbolize teaching. Understood? Similar to Abhay Mudra, but the fingers are more curved. Understanding? Karana Mudra. To ward off evil or demons. Atma. Bhut. So this mudra, see. Thumb and these two fingers, middle finger and ring finger are touched. Index finger and little finger are straight. Understood? Okay. Uttara Bodhi Mudra, mudra of enlightenment, means moksha has taken place. He has attained moksha. See this mudra. Yes, mudra of enlightenment, moksha. Okay, done. Any doubts? Jainism, Buddhism? Clear? Anyone having any doubts? Notes I have sent. Buddhism also have sent, right? Okay, I'll send today. Any doubts? Clear? We'll move to the next chapter. Which is the next chapter? Okay, come back. Everyone knows the story. Yes, also called as? Yes, tell. V. Vishnugupta. Okay. Chapter 5, the Mauryan Empire. We have seen the story how Mauryan Empire is established, how Chanakya and Chandragupta Maurya killed Dhanananda and the Mauryan Empire is established. What was the role of Alexander? What was the role of Purushottam? Ambi's role, it was very small, but Chanakya's role, important role, and all the Dhanananda, Magadha, everything is not there now. New empire is coming, the Mauryan Empire. We are calling this for the first time as an empire. Before this, it was, we have called Magadhan kingdom. Kingdom is one, is small. Empire is group of kingdoms together. Understood? So Mauryan Empire, Mauryan is empire, not a kingdom. To 321 BC to 187 BC. Timeline. See, this brown color you can see. This is what is Mauryan Empire. So they had entire India. Now the king will be there here at capital Patliputra, Bihar. Chandragupta Maurya, next king Bindusara, next king Ashoka, next king Kunal. They were all ruling from Patliputra, their capital. Understanding? And but they had control of entire area. To travel from year to year, if he wants to go, it would take him months. So the empire was in such a way that there will be kings in different kingdoms who will control. But they have accepted that there is one more king above them, that is Mauryan king. Understood? Okay. Now, it is the first empire of India. Capital Patliputra. Language, three languages are there: Pali, Prakrit, Magadhi. They are symbol peacock because Chandragupta Maurya, Maurya clan, peacock tamers. Founder Chandragupta Maurya. He belonged to Maurya clan of Pipli Havana, a place near Gandhara. They were peacock tamers. The empire had two ports, Sopara in Maharashtra, and in the east side it was Tamrilipti in West Bengal. Brain behind the Mauryan Empire was Chanakya. Sources from where we study Mauryan Empire. Sources. First is Puranas. Puranas have mentioned about Mauryan Empire. Second, there is a story. The name of the story is Mudra Rakshasa, written by Vishaka Datta. Real story of how Chanakya placed Chandragupta Maurya on throne, written in chaste Sanskrit. Understood? The story is mentioned in this book. Barabar cave inscriptions, Bihar, by Ashoka in Prakrit. So there is a mountain called as Barabar cave, a cave. Inside that, the Ashoka has made inscriptions, means writing on stone. So it is in Bihar, Barabar cave inscription made by Ashoka. The writing which is done, inscription, is in Prakrit language. Buddhist texts. Now Buddhism was there, still going on. Now the Buddhist texts also mention about which kingdom is there in India. So all the Buddhist texts written in that time mentioning about this Mauryan Empire, written in Pali. We have 4 books: Mahavamsa, Deepavamsa, Anguttara Nikaya, and Vamsapata Sapami. What questions you can expect? Which among the following is Buddhist text? Or Mahavamsa is text of which of the following? Jainism, Buddhism, or Vedic age, like that. Understood? So Mahavamsa, Deepavamsa, Anguttara Nikaya, and Vamsapata Sakami belong to Buddhism. Next, history of Tibet. So Tibet, Bihar, all that region is nearby. They are neighboring. So a person called as Lama Taranath had written History of Tibet, a book in English, also mentions Mauryan Empire. Understood? Next, Jain texts written in Prakrit. Kalpa Sutra written by Bhadrabahu. Parishta Parva written by Hemachandra. 2 books. Okay. Sculpture art of Ashoka. So Ashoka has done some sculptures. From that we understand that from this, like if we see this culture, we understand what kind of sculpture or what kind of sculpture they had, they were making, which stone they were using, what was their motive behind making that. This might be god they were praying, etc. Understood? So sculpture art made by Ashoka. First, Parkham Yaksha. So this is Parkham Yaksha. Parkham is a place in Bihar. It is a place, and the statue which we have found out, the name of that statue is Yaksha. So this is statue of a local god there. Understanding? Parkham Yaksha. So Yaksha is name of a god, deity. There the statue of a local god or local deity they were worshipping there in that place. Didarganj Yakshi, second sculpture. Didarganj Yakshi. You can see Didarganj Yakshi. We do not know, they might be together, Yaksha, Yakshi, but we have found the statue in this place. Someone might have carried and kept there. We do not know. Understood? Next, Dholi elephant. Dholi is a place in Orissa, state of Orissa. There we have find out this elephant carved by Ashoka. See, you can see this is an elephant. This is made half. Why they have done half, we do not know. They might be doing and the rule ended, might be something like that. Understood? So this is a stone mountain, in that they are carving elephant, or it might be like they wanted to show that from a stone elephant is coming out, so they have left half, because all finishing is proper. This is a tourist site today there. It is maintained by Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. You can see elephant coming out of a stone. Understood? So this half elephant is there. Behind legs are not there. So this is the statue we have found in Dholi, which is in Orissa. Next source is numismatics, means coins. Copper coins were called as masika. Silver coin was called as panna. Gold coin was called as crush panna. It is KRSHPANA. Crush panna. Understood? What we understand from coins? We understand the extent. Now, for example, till where you can find the last coin. Wherever you find the coins of Maurya, we assume that till there the kingdom was of Mauryas. Understanding? We understand the boundary by coins. Next, Ashokan inscriptions. Cave inscription, Barabar cave inscription is there. Two more they are there. We will see in architecture of Mauryas. Second, pillar inscriptions. Pillars were made by Ashoka. One of the example is national emblem, which we use. That he used 4 scripts to make the pillar. Brahmi script, Aramaic script, Greek script, Kharoshti script. Kingdom was very big. Entire India was under control. So according to the area, which script is understood by the people, the pillar was made. Script was these 4. What were the language? Language of Maurya, which we have seen, Pali, Prakrit, Magadhi. Understood? Next source is Indica, a book written by Megasthenes. Heard of this book? So Megasthenes was a foreign traveler. He had come to India when Chandragupta Maurya was ruling, and he had written a book called as Indica, where entire details of this Mauryan Empire is mentioned: polity, religion, society, and whatever the king's name, class is going on, king's name, etc. Everything was written in detail. Understood? Next, Arthashastra by Vishnugupta, who is also called as Chanakya, who is also called as Kautilya. So he has also written. It is also mentioning all in-depth detail. In detail everything. Who was the king? What did he do? What new things he constructed? And then what was his time of polity? Who were the officers? Who were the ministers during his time? So entire everything in detail is being mentioned in Arthashastra. Understood? This Arthashastra focuses more on economy of Mauryas. Arthashastra means economics. So Arthashastra by Vishnugupta Chanakya. Any doubts till here? Yes. We'll start with the rulers. Okay. First ruler, Chandragupta Maurya, 321 BC to 297 BC. We all know how he became king. He was founder. Varna is debatable. Some say he belonged to Shudra. Some say he belonged to Kshatriya. So Varna is debatable. It is kept debatable. This question won't be asked because fixed answer is not there. Understood? Next, he was a scholar. He was ambitious, welfare oriented, scholar and powerful king. His prime minister was Chanakya. So he made Chanakya as prime minister, Mukhya Mantri of the empire. Chandragupta Maurya has constructed the famous Grand Trunk Road, GT Road. It was a road connecting the West India to East India or East India to West India. So they could travel, trade could take place easily. Understood? GT Road. Constructed a dam called as Sudarshan Dam. First dam to be constructed in North India, not in India. Who constructed first dam in India? We'll see that in South Indian history. First dam to be constructed in North India, Sudarshan Dam at Gujarat, and appointed a person called as Puru Gupta as in charge of Gujarat. In 305 BC, he decided to occupy northwest frontier province, Afghanistan, Pakistan, that area. Today, Afghanistan and Pakistan are the countries in northwest frontier province. So he wanted to occupy that, which was under Greek chief Seleucus Nicator. He was Kshatrap of Alexander. He was there. They both fought battle on banks of river Indus and a peace accord was signed. According to that peace accord was signed. Okay, peace accord was signed, and according to that peace accord, the Chandragupta Maurya married to the daughter of Seleucus Nicator. And when Seleucus Nicator's daughter came to India, a foreigner was sent with her to see the condition of India. Came Megasthenes, who has written the book Indica. Understood? His extent was Afghanistan in northwest, Kashmir in north, Mysore in south, Gujarat in west. Chandragupta Maurya is having till Mysore, not after that. After that, it was occupied by Ashoka. Understanding? First, it was not, entire India was not there under them. It was till Mysore. In last years, Chandragupta Maurya adopted Buddhism from Bhadrabahu, the monk who was responsible for split Bhadrabahu. He coronated his son Bindusara as next king. Chandragupta Maurya made Bindusara as next king, and he left Magadha, reached Shravanabelagola. Same time, after the council, split occurred when Bhadrabahu left and went to Shravanabelagola. Chandragupta Maurya also went with him. Understood? So Shravanabelagola and took Santara, fast until death, and attained Mahakaivalya, death, at Shravanabelagola, which is in Karnataka. Understanding? Any doubts? Yes? Any doubts in this ruler Chandragupta Maurya? Clear? Everyone? Yes? Doubt? Then ask no. Yes. Okay, wait. Yes, you are correct. Yes. Bhadrabahu was a Jain monk, correct? Yes, it is a writing mistake. Yes, correct. Very good. Okay, I'll correct it in the notes. Yes, he adopted Jainism, correct. Jainism, and Bhadrabahu was a Jain monk. So he left and took Santara, correct. Understood? Any doubts? Clear? Everyone? Okay. Next king, Bindusara. Bindusara ruled from 297 BC to 272 BC. He was son of Chandragupta Maurya, eldest son. He was a scholar. Prime Minister Chanakya retired in his rule. Why? Want to hear the story? Okay. See. Vishkanya means personal bodyguards of the king. They were women bodyguards of the king, Vishkanyas. So they were appointed to be with or to protect king and king's family. One of the Vishkanya wanted to kill Bindusara's wife because Ashoka was about to be born. Next, his son Ashoka. So he was there, a son was about to be born. So one Vishkanya wanted to kill Bindusara's wife. Bindusara did not knew this. And one of the Vishkanya at a late night evening gave poisoned milk to Bindusara's wife as she was pregnant. She drank the milk. Before the milk reaches stomach, Chanakya held her neck and chopped off her head so that the son should be saved. And the son was saved, it was delivered, and the son was saved, Ashoka. Bindusara, not knowing why did Chanakya did that, he just ordered that you have done lots to this empire, you were responsible for this empire. So he did not give any punishment or anything, he just told him, by tomorrow morning you should not be there in this kingdom, in this empire. So Chanakya retired and Chanakya left. So he left. Where he went, we do not know. I told there are some people who went in history, we do not know where. So there, after this, where he went, where he was living his remaining life, we do not know. Understood? Next. No clear evidence of his rule, Bindusara. Understanding? What he did, how he was ruling, some clear evidence is not there. He donated 100 villages to Ajivika sect. What is Ajivika sect? Where we have come across in Ajivika sect? Jainism. Who was the founder of Ajivika sect? Mahavir? No. Teacher of Mahavir. What was her name? His name? Mahagoshala. Mahagoshala, founder of Ajivika sect. So to these people he donated 100 villages. He wrote a letter to Syrian king, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Syria was there. So there he wrote a letter to Syrian king Antiochus I. The king's name was Antiochus I, and asked him to send figs, anjir, wine, alcohol, wine, and sophist. Sophist is a poet who writes poems for king, in name of king. Good poems, praises the king, tells some good things about the king, and in a story or in a poem format, song format. That is called as sophist. So writer, poets we call them today, it was called as sophist. Antiochus said that it is not allowed for a sophist to travel in their kingdom. It is not allowed for the sophist to travel. Antiochus said, I will send you loads, ships of figs, barrels of wine, but I cannot send a sophist, as a sophist cannot travel in our kingdom. And he denied sending a sophist. Bindusara planned to attack and finish Syria, but some internal revolts, some wars, some small fightings took place inside his kingdom. So the war was not done. Understood? War did not happen. There were two internal revolts. First at Avanti, place Avanti. Bindusara sent his eldest son Sushima to control or to suppress that revolt at Avanti, but Sushima was unsuccessful. Later Ashoka went and controlled that. Second revolt was at Gandhara. Bindusara sent Ashoka to control the revolt. He was successful in controlling the revolt. As Ashoka had suppressed or controlled two revolts, Ashoka was appointed as governor of Avanti, where he married Karuvaki, princess of Avanti. Next, during his rule, he means Bindusara, kingdom extended till river Krishna, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. So it is going till Krishna, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh, little down from Mysore. Understood? In 272 BC, Bindusara died naturally, and the family, Mauryan family, they appointed Sushima as the next king. Where is that point? Okay. One slide is missing. Okay, some error, one slide is missing. I'll show you what was that. Okay, two internal revolts were there. In 272 BC, Bindusara died naturally. Family appointed Sushima as the next king, but Sushima had a death, accidental death, planned death, we do not know. From 272 BC to 268 BC, 4 years, there was a vacuum on the throne of Mauryan Empire. No king for 4 years. It is said that in these 4 years, Ashoka killed 99 of his brothers. One, that slide is missing. Sushima did not rule. Sushima became king and died immediately. And it is said that, it is believed by historians, 272 BC to 268 BC, there was vacuum, no king. King was not there. The ministers were handling the affairs of the kingdom. And it is said that Ashoka killed 99 of his brothers. So Bindusara had 101 sons. One was Ashoka. Second left alive was Ashoka's own brother Tisya. So Ashoka killed 99 of his brothers, left alone only Tisya and Ashoka himself. Understood? To become the king. Primogeniture was practiced, eldest son will become the king. Ashoka was powerful, Ashoka was strong, he controlled 2 revolts. But because of primogeniture, he could not become the Mauryan king. He had planned to do some things in India. So Sushima became the king, but he wanted to become the king. So he killed all those who were elder above him. And after that, Ashoka in the year 268 BC, it took 4 years to kill everyone, 99 people. Understood? So in 268 BC, Ashoka declared himself as the king of Mauryan Empire. Next king comes Ashoka. Third king Ashoka, 268 BC to 232 BC. Very long period. See, 268 to 232. How many years? 36 years. 36 years. BC decreases. See, this is King Ashoka. Initially, he was aggressive king. Later changed. He had titles Kamasoka, Chandasoka, Berighosha, Dhammasoka, Piyadasi and Devanam Piyadasi. Titles of Ashoka. Names, different names of Ashoka. He had 4 wives. 4 wives were there. First wife, Vedisha Mahadevi. She was Mahishi. Had son Mahinda and daughter Sangamitra. To this wife. Second, Karuvaki, married during Avanti revolt. She was Vivanta, loved wife. Son was Tivara. Padmavati, she was Palagala, political marriage. Son Kunal, becomes next king Kunal. Sakya Kumari, she was Pavakriti, again minister's daughter to be wife. She had a son Ujjwal. Understood? Next, Ashoka's mother, 2 names are there. In South India, she is called as Shubhadrangi. North India, she is called as Dharma Kumari. Shubhadrangi, Dharma Kumari. Contemporaries of Ashoka. When Ashoka was ruling in India, who were the other kingdoms in India at the same time? Contemporaries. First was Satyaputras. This is central India. You can see Satyaputras. This is the Indian map, historical map of India. Satyaputras were ruling in central India. Their capital was Amaravati, which is in near Andhra Pradesh. Capital Amaravati. Kalinga, here Orissa, they were the contemporary. Cheras, capital Vanji, Cheras of Vanji, your Cheras Kerala, Cholas of Urayur, Pandyas of Madurai, Tamraparni of Anuradhapura, capital is Anuradhapura, it was Sri Lanka. Tamraparni, Sri Lankan kingdom. So these were the contemporaries. 6 contemporaries were there of Ashoka. Ashoka sent letters or invitation to all his contemporaries to surrender to Mauryan Empire or else war, battle. So Ashoka sent invitation of surrendering to all the empire, all the kingdoms which are there. All did surrender except the Kalinga dynasty. Kalinga did not surrender. Kalinga was ruled by King Ananda Padmanabha, and Ananda Padmanabha accepted the invitation for war, not for surrendering. Kalinga War in 260 BC, Ashoka fought Kalinga War. He ordered massive killing, massive massacre of in the Kalinga dynasty. He ordered that wherever you see a man, male, men in Kalinga dynasty, kill him. Children and women to be left. Understood? So 1,50,000 men were killed in this Kalinga dynasty, and Kalinga was occupied. Kalinga war was the Mauryans had these elephants, Magadhan elephants, which were there. They were having them. So Magadha was, the Mauryan was very strong kingdom, empire, and Kalinga was occupied. Understood? It is said that it is a ritual that the victored king who has won the battle, who has got victory, that king has to stay in the battlefield at the night, entire night, when the battle is finished. So it is said that Ashoka was staying there in the battle. Again a story. Ashoka was staying there in the battlefield. The battle was held in Kalinga, in Orissa only, and he was staying there. At night in his tent, he was not able to sleep, so he just thought of, let's go and have a walk. So when he came out, he stepped there. So many people were killed. His all legs were dipped in blood. So it was a pool of blood like this. So he sees that. And all the people started telling him or telling bad things about him, that what king you are, you have killed, don't have family now, who will do for us, who will earn for us? The women and the children, they were complaining about Ashoka, to Ashoka only. Understood? And that transformed Ashoka. The Kalinga war transformed Ashoka. He thought that, am I so bad that I have done this? I have killed so many people only to get that one small area of India. So that war transformed Ashoka. He was thinking, karma will come back to me, what to do? Then what happened? Ashoka was after the war, Ashoka was first king to achieve pan-India. All others have surrendered. Only Kalinga is remaining, that is also occupied. He took a title, Chakravartin, king of kings. But this Kalinga war transformed Ashoka. How it transformed, I have told you, the story is there. There, when he was wandering in the forest, there in the battlefield, what to do? He did not understand that he was feared, scared that something is going to happen, the karma is going to come back. At that time, he met a Buddhist monk there called as Upagupta. From him, Upagupta told that sentence to Ashoka. Buddha says, to err is human. Make peace with one's own past. Human is born to make mistakes. So that sentence, Ashoka, again, he thought that there is something in this. I have to know more about this. So that sentence gave some relief to Ashoka. Ashoka decided to learn Buddhism. He learned Buddhism for next 2 years, 260 BC to 258 BC. He did not rule. He was there for namesake as a king. But he did not rule anything. He gave all the powers to ministers, told them, whatever rule is there, you all rule, I am going to learn Buddhism. So for 2 years, he only learned Buddhism, and these 2 years are called as dark age of Ashokan rule. Means being a king, there is no king. Understanding? In 258 BC, after 2 years, he adopted Buddhism from Upagupta, and Ashoka gave a name to this Upagupta called as Mogaliputta Tissa. who has written the Abhidhamma Pitaka? Same person. Understood? In 250 BC, Ashoka convened third Buddhist council at Patliputra, which was great success with Mogaliputta Tissa as its president, and Abhidhamma Pitaka was created. Ashoka declared Mauryan Empire to be a Buddhist state. So he is giving a religion or a name to that state, that this will be a Buddhist state. Understood? We are going to follow Buddhism. Understood? Next, we have time. Okay, your watch is there. Okay. Dhamma. Ashoka introduced a new concept called as Dhamma. Introduced by Ashoka, it is a set of moral principles and code of conduct, rules, regulations, way of life, good values, how people must be there. It was a voluntary doctrine, not compulsory. Ashoka is transformed, not compulsory. If you want, take, it is for good. If don't want, no one will force you. Dhamma. Understood? Ashoka believed that if Dhamma is followed, the person would lead a better life. Dhamma contains following values. First, Satya, always speak truth. Ahimsa, do not kill anyone. Compassion. Compassion means again good thoughts towards others, good thinking. Obedience to anyone, elders, obey them, whatever they say. Respect to parents, teachers, elders. Daya, kindness towards others. Purity in thoughts, whatever we think, it should be good, pure. Service to the needy. Service to the needy. No gender discrimination. Equality and justice for everyone. Sayyam, self-control. Control over self-happiness, self-anger, in everything. Lead a simple life. Understood? Ashoka erected pillars to spread Dhamma. Now, why were the pillars erected? Dhamma was written on the pillars. So, he wanted that Dhamma to be known to all. Kingdom is very big, entire India. So, everyone should know that. So, for that, the pillars were erected. He erected pillars to spread Dhamma, appointed Dhamma Mahamatras to spread Dhamma. First Dhamma Mahamatra was his son Mahinda and daughter Sangamitra. So Dhamma Mahamatras means ministers or officers whose work is to spread Dhamma, explain or give knowledge about Dhamma to the other people so that they can adopt them. He appointed police officers and judges. Police officers called as Rajayukas and judges called as Yuktas to assist these Mahamatras, Dhamma Mahamatras. Ashokan pillars. What is this pillar? Ashoka erected 84,000 pillars all over India. Today we have remaining only some pillars are there. They were all planted at public places. So markets, every street, beside houses, entrance of the village, end of the village, everywhere the pillars were planted. The pillar was made of red sandstone, material used. Pillars were made at Chunar and Mathura, two centers to make the pillars. He borrowed the idea of pillar from kingdom of Persia. So Persia kingdom had pillar making, or they had that concept of making pillars and planting everywhere, writing rules for the people. So he borrowed that from Persia. Examples of pillars which we have now in India. Lion capital at Sarnath, which is in UP, national emblem of India. Bull capital at Rampurva, which is in Bihar. Elephant capital at Sankesa, again UP. Seated lion pillar at Vaishali, Bihar. Seated lion pillar at Nalanda, Bihar. Now, this pillar was like this. Yes, Dhamma was written here. And above that, there is a lotus, inverted lotus, and a disc-like thing, and the animal here. Correct? Now, the pillars, where pillar is broken, we have the only top part. We call it as capital, lion capital, bull capital, elephant capital. And where entire pillar is there, we call it as seated lion pillar. seated lion or lion pillar is there. Understood the difference? Okay. Now this national emblem, the pillar is missing. It has been broken. Later Delhi Sultans, Mughals, fights, wars, battles, it has been broken. So only what we have: lotus, disc, animal, Ashok Chakra. So 4 lions are there. This is national emblem. Then we have this bull capital, Rampurva bull capital. See, only the flower is there, disc is there, bull is there. This is right now placed in front of Rashtrapati Bhavan. This is Rashtrapati Bhavan is behind. Understood? Here, again, elephant capital at Sankesa. Flower is there, disc is there, elephant is there. The trunk of elephant is missing, it is broken. Understood? Next, seated lion pillar here at Vaishali. Seated lion pillar at Nalanda. See, Nalanda University is there. Buddhist people are there. So Nalanda University, seated lion pillar at Nalanda, seated lion pillar at Vaishali. So entire pillar is there, still standing. Here somewhere the Dhamma is written. Understood? Now, Ashoka had natural death in 232 BC. After Ashoka, 7 kings ruled the kingdom. So they did not do anything eventful, they only maintained whatever is there. So the 7 kings were Kunal, after that Dashrath, Samprati, Salisuk, Devavarma, Satadhanva, and last Brihadratha. The first Haryanka dynasty Brihadratha is different. This Brihadratha is different. Brihadratha was the last ruler who was killed by his own Senapati Pushyamitra Sunga in 187 BC, by which Mauryan Empire came to an end and Sunga kingdom was established. Any doubts? Clear? Okay.